A good night of Shabbos, young Israel. I hope all are well and stay so. Mazel tov to Elia and Eli Fallhard upon the engagement of the Senori to Shani Bem. May Eli and Elia and the Tay Mishpacha enjoy Rav Nachas the Kedusha from the beautiful home, Be'ezus Hashem, of their children, L'Arch Yamim V'Shanim Tovim. Mazel tov to our children, to Eli and Shira Kirshner upon the birth of a daughter. Baracha Chaya, Zechus, named after my mother during the Shiva. We're grateful for that. May all continue to experience much nachas and simcha in good health. Rosh Hashanah, there was one davening for the Yom serving as chazan, and he was stuttering a little bit on his words. It wasn't a smooth, clean davening. It was making mistakes, and people were getting concerned. So after davening, one of his talmidim asks him, Rebbe, is everything okay? So finally he admitted that the issue was that the gentleman who was davening right after him, finishing up from Ashrei until the end, had difficulty reading Hebrew, wasn't too good, and he didn't want to embarrass him by having a smooth, clean davening in comparison to his davening. So this way he stuttered and stumped a little bit also, in order that he should not just show up, not to embarrass the other gentleman who would be davening for the Yomud. Yosef HaTzadik behaved similarly in his desire not to embarrass. In two specific regards, the Medrash notes, Yosef was exceptionally concerned that his family not be embarrassed. Number one, says the Medrash Tanchuma, when Yosef revealed his identity, he removed all of the Egyptians, all of Pharaoh's court. Everybody had to be out of the room. Nobody was with him when he revealed himself. So Medrash Tanchuma says, in order not to embarrass the brothers. And at that time, there may have been back and forth with whose fault it was, etc., etc. Nobody should be embarrassed. And secondly, the Psikta teaches that Yosef purposely settled his family, settled his father in Goshen, not near the palace, not near Yosef, so to avoid embarrassment, that if everyone was together near Yosef, Yosef would be more of a central presence, and the chances of the brothers being embarrassed in the presence of the father may have been greater. Chazal, as is well known, teach that Noach lo la'adam she'yapel atzma l'kiv shana eish. It's more comfortable, a better option for a person to cast himself in the fiery furnace, and not to embarrass, not to shame another Jew. The Gemara says that when an individual is shamed, it's the equivalent of murder. And as much as the blood leaves one face, and ozil, sumka, the red leaves, and a person turns ashen, a person turns white, v'asa chivra. The Maral of Prague would explain very powerfully that when the Psukim at the beginning of Bereshit describe man as being created as B'Tselem Elokim, in the image of God, so that Tselem Elokim is the glow, is the radiance on a person's face, such that when that radiance is removed, so chas v'shalom, it's tantamount to murder. That's why that's why a person should better accept the option of a fiery furnace rather than murdering another Jew, another human being. And conversely, a person who is careful, who is sensitive, like Yosef, like Yisrael Salanter, like all of us are supposed to be, with the honor and making sure not to embarrass another individual, so such a person is respecting that Tselem Elokim, that glow that is the image of God himself. Have a great, great Shabbos.